Greetings. Welcome to Temple Needs Co. I'm Crystal the Oracle. Let's get to it. First, let me explain what is an altar. An altar is any kind of surface that you bless and use for the purpose of spiritual rituals involving offerings to whomever you choose. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to set up an altar specifically for ancestors in the most basic form. Step 1, get yourself a flat surface to designate as your altar space. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using this tabletop. I can't show you my actual altar because it's personal. Now step 2, get yourself a glass, a glass cup or a bowl to put water in, because this is going to help you a lot on your altar space. Water is used as a conduit to help you connect your energy to the spirit realm. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna use a glass. So we're just gonna pour it in there. Make sure you have fresh, clean water. I wouldn't say that the temperature actually matters, but I always go for cold. So that's just a personal preference. All right, we have our glass of water. Now, the next step, you're gonna get yourself a glass bowl or a plate to hold your offerings. Now, this is one of my favorite bowls because it's nice and sparkly, but you can use whatever you have on hand. So this is where you will put all your offerings, whether it be food or money, paper money or coins. I personally use coins and paper money because to me food gets messy and I don't want to have food just sitting out on my altar, but that's my personal preference. Next, we're going to you need a sheet of paper where you write down the names of your ancestors, and you need to place it under your offering bowl. So, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to write the word ancestors on a piece of paper real quick, because clearly I forgot to do that part. All right, 2 seconds. Okay, so here we go. And what you would do with this is, let's pretend this is a nice, neat piece of paper. You would just put that under there. Like so. Now, I personally like to write on brown paper bags because that is rooted in hoodoo practice, and I practice that. So that's just my personal preference, but honestly, you can write on any sheet of paper you want. Next, you need to light a candle. This is our candle. And you can also burn incense. Now, I personally prefer tea lights just because of the size and the time that they burn down in. It's a quick candle to burn. So that's that. And then I make incense. So let me get those. Now, these incense you can purchase on my Etsy shop at Temple Needs Co. They're full abundance incense. These are my favorites. And I burn these during the spirit hours every single day. And it keeps me abundant. And it keeps everything in my life going well. So there you have that. You just make that into a little pile. So you have your incense here. You have your candle, you have your water. Now, when you're talking about building your altar, and this, again, this is a very basic setup. So, the most important thing that you need is all four elements. Our candle represents fire. Excuse me. Our water represents water, clearly. And the incense will represent air. Now, the herbs that I use to make the incense is what represents earth. So, your next step would be to light your candle and your incense. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, my incense are self-lighting, by the way. Well, self-igniting. So you just do that like that. And there you have it. Now, it's very important that you don't blow these out. So whatever incense you light on your altar, you have to let them burn all the way out on their own. And if you light a candle, you also need to just go ahead and let that burn out on its own. That's very important because if you blow them out, you could be cutting your connection short. And you need to make sure that you have enough time to let your messages get through to the other realm. And that's also why it's important to stand at your altar, make your offerings during the spirit hours. Okay? So after you have all of this set, which again is a very basic setup, anyone can do this. You would come to your altar, you would stand before it, and you would have your offering ready in hand. You would say your prayers, and you would petition for what you want. Be sure to express your gratitude and thanks to the ancestors and the divine source. And it's that simple. Now, if you practice this on a daily basis, you will begin to see your life change in a very positive way. That I can guarantee you. Now, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and blessings. Take care.